guys, welcome to Sew Pretty Kitty. This is my vlog where I talk about all the things I love about sewing. It's 2020. I'm in my sewing space. I asked you guys what did you want to see first in 2020, and the overwhelming majority wanted to see me clean up my sewing space. And to be honest with you, it's something I should have done for a while. I can't sit down on my chair. I'm going to show you the unholy mess behind me in a minute. But yeah, this vlog is going to be all about reorganizing, sorting out, going through some of the bits and pieces I've got, making plans. If that's your sort of thing, please stick around, give me a like and press the subscribe button. So, how was your Christmas? Mine, I have to be honest with you, it was flat. It was tricky because my husband had to work almost the entire festive period, so I spent a lot of my time at home with our 3 children, which, as you'll know, is lovely for a while, but the Christmas holidays is quite a long one, and they are now absolutely out of routine and desperate for some structure. So yeah, it was a different one this year. So my thoughts go out to all you guys out there who maybe didn't have a great Christmas, who you know, just I'm glad to get through it and out the other side like me and take all the decorations down and start a new year. So let's get stuck in. Let me show you this unholy mess that is my sewing desk. So here we go, and I hope you're prepared for this because there's stuff everywhere, and I'm going to try and move slowly so I don't give you all motion sickness, because that's never good. Look, this is my pegboard that was once super organised, and these pots here have become a dumping ground for everybody's pen in the house, not just mine, so I need to sort that out. I have my lovely chair, but it's crammed full of stuff, so the seat does not go down properly, and on the chair was this whole heap of card and paper and vinyl, and that's half the problem I've got here now. I am in the corner of our dining room, and I have got so much stuff now that I have nowhere to put it all. That's half the problem with the Cricut machine. Actually, I've started collecting card now, not just fabric, so there's even more stuff to find a home for. So I need to go through these pots here. I need to find out what's in them and organise them. All my sewing books and stuff, you can see there's a little felted llama project there that my daughter was doing, just stuffed on the top. There's loads and loads of patterns all behind my machine. This is some of the stuff I got for Christmas, which I will show you in a minute. And yeah, I can't get my legs in there. There's just too much stuff. So I'm going to turn the camera back round and talk to you about some of these bits and pieces. Now, our dining room's not very bright, so I have popped a studio light behind, so I'm hoping you're going to be able to see okay, but probably the light's going to mess around a bit because of that. Let me show you first of all what I got from my lovely mum. So she bought me one of these Prym tailors hams, and I kept meaning to make myself a tailors ham. I need a sleeve roll still, so I perhaps would probably, well, no, who am I kidding? I'm not going to make a sleeve roll. I may as well buy one. But this is it was on the Stitch Sisters vlog. They did a Christmas gift guide, and I saw that and I thought, yep, I would like one of those. So my mum kindly got me one of those, and that has been sat on my desk since I got it. Also on my desk, load of old fluff and rubbish. My husband bought me some balsa wood for my Cricut machine, which is just stuffed on my desk, so I need to find a home for that. I've got my magnetic pin dish, which usually sits there. These are gift tag bits. I don't know where they come from, so they're going in the bin. A zip. This zip is destined for my pair of Jessa trousers. So if you watched the previous vlog, I made them in corduroy that I found in my stash as sort of a wearable toile, but the corduroy doesn't stretch, and the minute I put them on, the waistband becomes baggy. And so I've asked Minerva, who I blog for, to send me some stretch denim, which I talked about in another vlog as well. So this zip is a jean zip, and that's what that's for, but it needs to go in the zip compartment. And to be fair, I have forgotten where I put my zips, so I need to find that out. What else have I got here? My fabric pens that Arteza sent me to review. I need to find a home for those. I've got my feet and needles box, which really ought to be, I guess it's okay to have that up on my desk, but I have got a drawer here which is full of rubbish, so I need to sort that out. Yeah, patterns. This pattern is the skirt I just showed you, so I'm going to do a pattern review on that pattern, and let me just give you a little hint that I love it. So I think the best way to do this is for me to set the camera up, and then I'll do some filming of me organising and stuff, and then when I hit on something interesting I will show you what it is. Okay, this is currently what's in my beautiful sewing chair that my husband refurbished for me, and it's all, well, not all of them because there's too many to fit in here, but this is a lot of PDF patterns, and I'm not a massive fan of PDF patterns purely for this reason. How on earth does anybody organise their PDFs? I mean, I tried to organise them by putting them in these plastic bags and then writing on them what's in there so I can find them easy enough. So you can see this one's got the Ogden cami in it in a plissé skirt, and I just find that they take up so much space, much more space than conventional patterns, and I'll show you those in a minute. But any tips? Anyone got any good ideas what I could do with all these? I mean, I guess I could just get rid of the ones that I don't want anymore, but yeah, that is pretty much full, that seat, and I have no idea how to make that any smaller. So answers on a postcard, please. I forgot about these. Oh, where am I going to put these? I need to put this actually on something so I can wear it. So I have now sorted these pots out. All the pens that belong to my kids have gone in their pen pot, and I'm just going to keep myself a couple of glue sticks. So I just buy cheap glue sticks. They're good for gluing together PDF patterns. And this is going to be pencils, I think, pencil sharpeners. Actually, I'm going to sharpen some of these pencils up and make sure that they're all pre-sharpened, because that's nice to have a little pre-sharpened pencil. And I actually found 3 sharpeners. How often are you guys hunting around for something like a sharpener? And I got 3 in there. I didn't even know it. So I might take myself one really nice one and then put the other 2 in with the kids' pens. What else did I find? Oh, I found chalks for my chalk pen, which I've been looking for. So I've got one of these, which is I'm not actually sure where it came from. I think it must have come from Amazon, because it's not a make that I recognise. But you have chalks that go in here, which you can adjust by pressing the pen at the bottom. And it comes with a whole set of different colours. So that's good. I might actually put my sewing pens and things in one pot, and glue and elastic bands and paper clips in the other one. Yeah, I'm making a dent. That's better. Now I've got glue, paper clips, elastic bands in that one. This is all sewing related pens. So I've got my Prym trick marker, and I've got some biros and some nice sharpened pencils ready for work, and a biro there. And then in this one I've got snips and my seam gauge and anything else that I come across. Oh, this is a pokey tool. I have no idea what it is actually supposed to be. I think maybe a hair thing or something, but it makes an awesome pokey tool. So yeah, that's in there. And then I need to, how many scissors? Have you guys got scissors coming out your ears? Maybe I need to sort these out next and see whether I need to keep them all up there. I don't know, maybe I'll leave that. And then up here, yeah, this is all okay, I think. Pins, I not long ago sorted this out, because this is what I tend to use if I'm sat in front of the telly. I've got a twist up needle container and a seam ripper, some of my labels and bits and pieces, and it's got a pin cushion on the top, and then there's the clips for sewing and some more pins. So yeah, that's good. I'm going to now tackle the underneath of the desk, I think. Here we are underneath my desk. It's really hard to get the camera to properly show you what's going on, so I will lift things up. I'm starting to get hot and bothered. I think I should have tied my hair up, but hey, I found a few things that I'd forgotten about, so that's good. I've got a big piece of corduroy which I need to do something with, so that's going in a box over here. I've also got this bright pink fleece, and I've got a box under my bed with all my fleeces in, so that needs to go back up there. This fabric was from Loubodu Fabrics in their sale, and it's really gorgeous, but I just still haven't decided. You know, it's precious fabric. I'm not really sure what to make with it. I kind of want to make myself a lounge set maybe, because it's really soft, yeah. But then a nice top would be good too, so not decided yet, but I'm glad to have reminded myself that I've got it. This fabric I never made anything with yet. This is the toucan fabric that I also got from Loubodu, and obviously the wrong time of year for that now, so that's got to go back away. Then I found my vintage piece of fabric that came from my mum's sewing shed, so I'm going to store all that in a box. A really nice piece of soft viscose in a navy blue, which I'd forgotten about. And then this fabric, which was all going to go over there. So under my desk, I have found, do people give you stuff? Do they give you sort of like old things because they think you'll like them? My mother-in-law has given me two not sweatshirts, I think they're cardigans. They're cardigans. And the moths got to them, so they're no good for wearing anymore. But it seems a shame when you've got nice fabric to chuck it out or recycle it. So she wondered whether or not I wanted to make something, and probably would make quite a nice toy or something, so I need to find a home for those. And there's a big basket under here. Ugh, with more fabric in it. Just come across a work in progress. Well, it's not really a work in progress because it was a halted piece of work. I tried to make the Tilly and the Buttons jean skirt. I can't remember the name of it, but I will pop it in below. And I did a beautiful job at the top stitching on this skirt. I'll just show you. I really took a long time over it, and I think what happened was, because I was being so picky, I unpicked it a couple of times and I stretched it out. At least I'm hoping that's what happened, because the curvature of the back of this skirt is just ridiculous. It's got a massive, the pattern pieces are actually curved, so when I tried it on, one, it was enormously too big, and two, the back seam of this skirt just kicked out like a big bulb. Was not flattering, so it didn't get any further. And I don't know whether it's the fabric choice or whether it was me stretching it out, but I think I'm going to have to take the pins out of this and recycle the fabric, because I have to be realistic. I am never going to alter this. If I'm going to make this skirt, I'm going to start from scratch. So all those hours spent top stitching beautifully are going in the recycling. So this is how I like to store my fabrics. This is jersey in this box here, and I've used the Marie Kondo method of folding so that I can see all the different fabrics. And actually it's a real pleasure to take the lid off a box and find something I haven't got to organise. So I'm just going to stick the lid back on and keep going. I found another box amongst the bottom of my desk that has all been Marie Kondoed, which is nice, so I can see what I've got in there. And I'm just going to try and squeeze this piece of, these are, do you remember those really wide-legged trousers that I made that look like clown pants? Well, they're still under there. And, you know, am I seriously going to do anything with those? Or should I just give them to the charity shop? No, I need to think about it. Whereas I've just found this enormous piece of really nice t-shirting, which I'm going to fold up as small as I can and get into this box. Hopefully there's a slot down there, and then that one will be finished. I just realised that isn't the stuff from Minerva. That's denim I already had that I didn't know about, but there's no stretch in this denim either. So I still can't make Jessas out of them. But this is the denim I got from Minerva, which is like an indigo blue colour. So, and it's really soft. So I'm looking forward to using that. As you can see, I'm starting to organise my boxes in this way so that I can see each individual fabric much more easily, and yeah, then I won't forget what I've got, because that's half the problem when you've got a big stash of fabric. You forget what you've got and then end up buying more. So I thought you might be interested to see some of the patterns that are on my desk, and I need to put these away, but as you'll see in a minute, my pattern stash is enormous, and having already reorganised it into a nice storage unit, it's full up. So yeah, I'm going to have to be ruthless and go through it all and get rid of a few, I think. So this is one of the Simplicity patterns I've made up recently and had a disastrous time with this top. But I am going to keep the pattern for the leggings, because I think they'll be a nice staple in the wardrobe, because I haven't got, well, I probably have got other leggings patterns, but I'm going to keep that one. Then these culottes, which I'm quite keen to make, and actually I really like the shape of this skirt on this one. This came with Love Sewing magazine, so I'm going to keep that one. This is a Burda dress that I've made previously. This version here, I've made this twice now. I made it in a pink stretch jersey and also in black and white gingham, and it's a really simple basic summer dress, but it's a good one, and I've never made the shirt, but that could be quite good for work, so I'm going to keep that. This one came with Love Sewing magazine, and I don't know, you have to look at the line drawings on these patterns just to see whether or not it's something that you would potentially want to make, because I have to look past the illustrations on the front. I'm not sure that's my sort of thing, so I'm going to put that to one side. This was also the magazine. A lot of my one of my New Year's resolutions is to cancel my magazine subscription, because as much as I enjoy receiving the magazines, when you've been a subscriber for a long time, they start to get quite samey with what they put in the magazine itself and the patterns that come out. And some of these thread count patterns are all right. I know I've seen somebody's made this Moto jacket and it turned out really nicely. I think it might have been, no, I can't remember. I was thinking it might be Jay from the Camden Stitch, but I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, the thread count pattern, I'll probably keep that one. This one is a skirt that I made and I really like, and I also really like the culottes, so I purchased that one. This is a kid's pattern that's a really good one to have in their wardrobe. I've made this version before with a sausage dog, a pliqued, so its face was going on the front and then round to the back where its bottom was, and that was really fun to make. And it's also got joggers in this pattern, so I'm going to keep that one. This is a new look pattern that I've had for a while, and I bought it with the intention of making my coat, which hasn't happened yet, but you know, this year could be the year. And this one, which I'm sure you've seen before, lots of people have made these dungarees up. I don't know if I'm going to make those now. I've seemed to have gone off the pinafore fashion. Don't know. I think I'll keep it just in case. This is one of my favourites. I've made this lots, the toaster sweater. And you can see I've just written in the corner add length, because I've made both versions. I prefer this version, but I just need to add, next time I make it, another couple of inches just to the length of it, so that it meets my waist nicely and I don't get a little cold gap in between my jeans and the top of my jumper. This Jessa pattern is going to get used shortly for my stretch denim that came from my Minerva Craft blogger network, or minerva.com they are now, and I have altered these trousers ever so slightly. I've got a vlog about it to make them slightly less flared at the bottom, and I felt they were really flattering when I had them on, so I'm definitely going to make those again. And then this is a new acquisition over Christmas. My lovely mum, as well as a tailor's ham, she bought me this Sirocco jumpsuit from Deer and Doe, and I've seen so many great versions of this on Instagram, and it's a pattern designed for knit fabrics, and most people make it out of a scuba or a pontoroma, so yeah, that's definitely going to get made. So I just need to find somewhere to put all these. Let's open the drawer of doom. On the front here is this really cute thread catcher that my friend Emma made me, and I love it, and it always sits on the doorknob, so I can just chuck bits of thread in there and I don't end up with them all over the floor. But what is in here? Wow, what isn't in here? Pictures of John's granddad, who died just before Christmas. I thought you guys would like to see these actually. He was an RAF group captain during combat and was a fighter pilot, and sadly died just before Christmas. So those are in my drawer just for safekeeping at the moment. This, oh, that came with my new Cricut Easy Press, which is something that I got given for Christmas by my lovely husband. I'll show you that in a minute. What else is in here? This is cable for my Cricut machine. A notebook that I made when I first started out with vinyl, and I've actually found that notebooks probably would be better off in here, so I'm going to stick that in there. So it's quite handy to have a notebook next to the sewing machine when I'm sewing, so I can make notes about the patterns I'm making. Bobbin case, snacks. What's this? Napkins. What are they doing in my drawer? Don't want them. This is a stand for the phone so that I can watch other people's vlogs when I'm sewing. A couple of these Ikea bags, which I find really useful for putting PDFs in. An old phone. Needle book, which I have to admit I don't use very much anymore since I got my twist up needle, but this is a Kath Kidson one. Oh yeah, this is something I got for Christmas. This is a buttonhole chisel. It's made by Clover. It was also on the Stitch Sisters vlog when they did their Christmas gift guide, and I do not have one of these, and I love a sewing gadget, so I asked for that, and my lovely husband bought me one of those. No, not my husband. I think my mum bought me that actually. Here's my super scissors that I got given when I left the neonatal unit, and they are precious scissors, so I've kept them in the box so that other people don't use them, but you can see on there it's engraved with "So happy, love, Nikki." Oh no, I just found more patterns. I've got no room for any of them. Anyway, my drawer is looking much better, as you can see. Everything's all organised in there nicely now, and there's actually space in my drawer for other things to go. Ultimate sweater set, and this came with a magazine, and I would quite fancy trying this, but I've already got the Freya. Do I really need another? Don't know, put that in the maybe pile. McCalls, this is not my style, I don't think. It's got this crossover detail. Let's have a look. Yeah, no, I don't think that's something I would wear, so that's going to go off to the charity shop. So let's pop that down on the pile for the charity shop. What's this one? McCalls shirt dress pattern. This is quite a big envelope. This is a Palmer Pletch, which I've never made before, where you do the tissue fitting. Am I going to make this? I do like a shirt dress. Yeah, I think I'll keep that one. And then this one, which I am not going to make, I don't think, anytime soon. For one, this kind of waistline is very hard to get a flattering look with, because it's elasticated at waist, and I have to say usually elasticated skirts, yeah, not very flattering. So this, as you can see, also came with Love Sew magazine, so I'm afraid this one probably is going to go to the charity shop too. Right, so this is the area behind my desk where I keep a lot of my sewing books, and this is not all of them. We'll just have a whistle-stop tour of the backs of them so you can see the different books I've got here. Some of them are for the kids, some of them are for me, and some are knitting books, some are craft books. But yeah, I love sewing books, and I find it very hard not to buy them if they're on special offer because they are often full of patterns. I've yet to make anything from Gertie's Ultimate Dress Book, so I need to do that this year, give them a try. I did make a toile once, and it needed quite a lot of fitting, so that's what put me off, I think. There's costumes for kids. I love Kirsty Hartley's books. I've got a couple of those for the kids' clothes. They're really cute. And then sort of toy making books. Of course, the Tilly books. This book here, pattern making for kids. I need to have a go at that this year. I keep on thinking I must get on and draft some patterns myself, and that gives you all the ingredients to do that. And of course, Stretch is right on the end because that's probably one of my most used books. And then above, I've got these really messy looking buckets, and I've just got one bucket down to have a look inside, and it's full of iron-on motifs which I've collected over the years. So just remind myself of what I've got, because sometimes you forget and then you think, oh, actually I'm inspired to make something now. Is that a poodle? Sometimes the kids, when I used to go into Fabricland with the kids, they would choose one. Some cherries. Now I must use that this year because my son loves Star Wars. Pineapple, watermelon. The girls are too old. The eldest is definitely too old for My Little Pony, so I must use that this year. Transformers. What else have we got? Elastic. A dinosaur and a dragonfly. So perhaps if I put all my iron-on things in one, there's one stuck to the inside of there as well. A unicorn. Well, I appear to be getting somewhere, at least just the cupboard of doom to go now. We've looked in the drawer of doom, so let's look in the cupboard of doom. Let me just flick you round. Right, let's have a look in here. Oh no, my door's broken. I need to get that mended. See, there's so much stuff in here, it's actually just wrecked. So that's my next job. And a lot of this stuff is cricket related equipment. So there's tons of card in here now and vinyl, and down at the bottom there is my daughter's sewing machine, which I'll get out, and a lot of these folders have PDF patterns in. Again, yeah, I need better ideas on how to store these PDFs, or I'm just going to have to accept that I should not keep them. I should just reprint them, which seems a waste of paper and ink, and yeah, thinking about the environment and stuff, it'd be better to keep it all. Anyway, I'm going to organise this cupboard next. So this box is what used to store all my cottons before I got my really cool thread rack that my mum also bought me, and now this is full of trims and stuff, and it's not looking too messy actually. It probably just needs a little bit of reorganisation, and some of the bias binding needs winding up. I've got rickrack. I love collecting bits like this. I'm such a magpie for really cute trims, like pom-pom trims, and yeah, so lovely. Oh, that's some bias binding. There's a bit of ribbon there. These are sort of strong threads, and underneath I have got a box full of sequins, beads, wire, that sort of thing, and then yeah, that needs organising. I'm kind of losing the will to live now, guys. Oh, I'm getting there, I think. Now I just need to organise all my HTV. I've got quite a lot for Christmas. It'll be interesting to see. Some of these are unbranded ones that were bought for me. And obviously I've got the Arteza ones that I've used before and purchased before, but also been sent. There's an affiliate link down below if you're interested in that. I've got some makes to show you in my next vlog with the Arteza. And I thought those paper crafters out there would be interested in this card my husband bought me back today from town. £1.50 in the sale. And these are 12 by 12 design pads, which I use a lot with my Cricut machine. So he's bought me a floral one, a modern one, and a classic vintage one. And that will all go, hopefully, in the top of there with the rest of the card. As you can see, I've got quite a collection. Right, I don't mind admitting I'm getting a bit fed up with this now. It's getting dark outside, but it's almost there. So I'm going to show you my dresser, which is where my Cricut lives, and all my patterns. And then I think I'm almost pretty much there. So this is my dresser. And I can tell you, I had a heck of a time getting this tall unit from Ikea to fit in next to my dresser. I had to use a saw and cut a bit of the corner of the top off in order to get it in, because this is a 1930s house. The walls aren't straight, so I sweated and panted. Not today, but yeah, you can see these are all my patterns, and there are tons. And if I'm honest, I'm not entirely sure what's in there, but I've got to the point now today where I have had enough tidying, so I know that they're all there. And on the next couple of days, what I need to do is get them all down, have a look at them, and then be kind of strict about what I want to do with them. Give them to charity or keep them. And then my Cricut's on the top here. So this is my Cricut Maker machine, and I've got some pens and some vinyl which is stored in this pot here. And then underneath I've got a couple of baskets which are full of glue and scissors and bits and pieces. This is actually my Easy Press, which I got for Christmas, and I'm really pleased with that. So that tends to live up here. And then in the cupboards underneath are vacuum packed storage bags and yet more fabric. I know that will shock you guys. See if I can get the door open on this one. Oh, that's too stiff, it's not coming out. But you can see I've got these baskets in here, and they're all folded Marie Kondo style, so I can actually see all of my fabric, which is really good. That was a chore, I can tell you, honestly. Everything is neat and tidy now. I've got a bin bag full of rubbish. I've looked all through my stuff. I know exactly what I've got. I've got ideas for things I want to sew. I found things I'd forgotten about. And yeah, I wanted to tell you about these actually whilst I think about it. These are Ikea tea light holders, and they're really cheap. In fact, I think they're only a couple of pounds, maybe £1.50 each, but they are awesome pattern weights, and I normally put them on that way up so that they hold the paper down, but because they're made of glass, they're really heavy. And so I've got 4 of these, which I found that I'd forgotten about, so I'm going to put those in a drawer. I hope you enjoyed today's vlog and it's made you inspired to tidy up your sewing space. It's a really good way to start the year with a clean slate and a fresh start, and get excited about all the projects that you can make in the coming months. So if you like my video today, please press the like button, subscribe, and all the information from today will be in the drop down box below. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. Bye. Welcome to Sew Pretty Kitty. Blah 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 blah.